The MTDCNC podcast, sponsored by Langley Alloys, unique metals for demanding applications, providing first-class performance and an international service.
Today, I'm here at the Hoffmann Group HQ near Birmingham to take a deep dive into inventory management systems. Pete, before we get into this, and we get into everything your inventory management systems can do, what do the Hoffmann Group currently use to track and manage stock levels?
Okay, Tom. So it's quite a simple question, but quite a difficult answer because there's multiple opportunities for us here, and this is really the first part of the journey for us, and that allows us to discuss the customer's needs, and they can be multiple, and it depends on the type of inventory that they want to control. Generally, most customers have a range of inventory that they need to control, and we have a range of solutions to support that. So there's not one simple answer because it's a really complex subject. So firstly, we need to understand, what is it, a valuable product? Is it a big volume of usage? Is it a highly dense product or a large product? And then we need to understand from the customer what type of control they need. So we offer really four ranges of solutions. So if the customer wants complete control, we can do that. So this controls who has the product and how many they can take. Then we have full control. We can control who had what, how many, and what, and when. And then we have semi-control. So this is reasonably open access, but we can't see what has been taken out by an individual. Then we have open access. So it may be lower cost, lower value items that the customer is quite happy that they've got open access to, but we still want to manage, or they want us to manage their inventory for.
So how do you manage the diverse range of products and tooling that can go into your inventory management systems?
So that would start with, like I say, consultation with the customer to understand what their product types are and where they sit in terms of value to them as a business. There could be a product that's relatively low value, but needs high levels of control because it could be critical to their business operations. So at that stage, we would then consult with them to understand what the complex bill of material looks like and how we would then align that to our offer. So does it need to go in a vending solution? Can it be open access bins? Can it be our twin bin system or our iClick system? So, and they're not mutually exclusive. So it could be a range of things for a customer who has a range of products to control.
Now, as you were saying there, we're talking inventory management systems, not just one system. So yeah, you can have the iBin, the iClick, or a vending machine. Yeah. So how do you ensure accuracy over the data that's pulled out of all these systems across the shop floor?
Yeah. So we have EDI connectivity to all our machines. So all our machines are either cloud-based or they have a PC. The data's pushed to us, and we then consolidate that data. And in most cases, in a high proportion of cases now, that integrates with our internal SAP system.
And also, the main thing about a inventory management system is to make sure a customer does not run out of a product, whether that's consumable, tooling, PPE. It's to make sure the customer never runs out of it. So can you talk me through your forecasting and also your demand planning? Because obviously one customer might use 1 ml a week, but one customer might use 5 ml a day. So how do you make sure that you're keeping all their systems fully stocked so they never have any downtime?
Yeah, so we build our systems with effectively 1 month's worth of stock in them. So we look at, in consultation again with our customers, what level of usage they would have on a monthly basis, and what we would do is we would put as a maximum stock level, we put a month's worth of stock. We then set a minimum level, and we also keep stock here in the Birmingham HQ, and usually that would be 2 months worth of stock. So depending on the reporting and how we service that particular customer, the report would be automated, generated. it would end up in our SAP operating system, and that would produce a picking note here in the warehouse in Birmingham. The product will be picked and will be scheduled on the delivery route for our site service coordinators to make sure that the stock is always there available for the customer.
And just talking about stock, obviously, a lot of places we visit at MTD, and I'm guessing you're the same now, there's a lot more customers using RFID scanners than there were previously. So how do you intricate that and barcoding into your inventory process?
So if it's a manually controlled system, we have our Kanban solution, which will operate whole stores or manual consignment stock, and that is also done through a barcode scanning solution. If it's about entry to a machine, we have fingerprint readers. We have barcode scanning on the actual vending solutions as well.
Now, does that go in the same sort of? Sorry. So how, when you're talking about integrating this through the workshop with different systems, can you also do this with partners and sort of logistics partners? So if I'm having material delivered, can I have that all into my inventory management system as well? So let's say Ted took a delivery of steel and then went on holiday, and then I need that. Is there any way of making sure I know exactly what he's done with that material from the partners coming in?
Absolutely. So I am a complete range. This would offer you full stores management, and that will work with vendors, multiple vendors, not just the Hoffmann Group. So that solution is available to us. We have that in customers already operationally, and it works really, really well.
Now, obviously, we've talked a lot about how you keep stock available for your customers and how you make sure your customers never run out of a stock level. But what about audits? What about reconciliations? How do you do regular audits to keep on top of everything?
Yeah, so a couple of different things really happen. So we have an annual external audit from our auditors, the company auditors, the fully independent auditors, who will audit the business here and the stock levels that we have at customers. They will want to go to some customers to sample our data, and they'll pick those at random. So we have that level of security. We also do regular stock checks ourselves. We do it on a 4-month basis. And then really key to managing this, and part of the whole demand management piece and understanding what customers need, we have what we call a tertial business review. It's a German term for 4-month periods. So 3 times a year, we will sit down with the customer. We will go through all their inventory, understand if there's elements of slow-moving inventory, or for the flip side of that, is there any inventory that is moving at a greater pace than our original demand said. Also, there is the opportunity to engage with us, and we do engage with our customers, obviously, continuously. If there is a spike in production, for instance, where the customer says, we've got an input of work, we will need more of this particular product, we have a mechanism for managing that and increasing our stock levels into the system, but also through the demand planning systems that we have in our SAP system.
Now, just one question about customers and customer base. Obviously, each customer will start with, let's say, a vending machine. But are you seeing customers now move on to other things like your IBIN systems, your Kanban systems? Do you get a lot of customers that start with just one piece, and then what I'm trying to ask is do you see it always like a modular system? So people are starting with one piece of equipment, and then as they see that bit of business has got more efficient, more productive, they then actually start moving through into more systems to just make the entire business more, just run smoother.
Without a doubt. So I think, I've been in this industry a long time. When I first started, when we talked about inventory management, that meant vending. And I think in general, that still is the case. However, what we recognised is that vending is only a piece of the solution, and vending is quite costly. However, it delivers lots of benefit. However, some of those benefits that you get out of vending about an external supplier like ourselves managing a customer's stock are not always possible for lower cost items. The benefit of having weigh bins, iClick buttons, scan ban, all the other solutions that we have enables us to join all those dots and make our customers more efficient, because they're putting all their inventory management solutions in one place. They've got one set of data, they've got one supplier to work with. I think these systems grow incrementally as well. Again, traditionally, you would look at inventory management as controlling of consumables. This is really developed. People have recognised the benefits, the controls that it gives you, and we'll often see customers expand that to, for instance, calibrated products. You know, every workshop has an issue with the product that they send out for calibration. Is it out of calibration? Where is it? Etc. High value products like that. So we've moved along the route. You know, the journey really is about high value assets. Can we control them? Critical assets. Again, if you look at the, you know, typically factory scenario in terms of some of the MRO products that customers really need on their shop floor, they have the opportunity to control them within a vending solution, to have 24/7 access and full control, to give them the certainty that when a machine breaks down, they've got the right component. So it's far wider than just managing consumables and cutting tools. There's a whole big management piece that really benefits our customer base, makes them more efficient and simplifies their whole procurement. We know that our customers want to take cost out of the supply chain, and they've pushed the responsibility down to suppliers like ourselves.
And with you saying, obviously, vending can be a costly solution, are you seeing, because you've got all these other systems like the iBin, are you seeing you're actually getting inventory management systems into more customers now because you've got a wider range of solutions?
Definitely. I think for some customers, they would always have the ambition to have a full suite of vending solutions, so everything is 24/7 controlled. But going back to one of my original statements, it's about value, volume, and density of product, and then it comes down to cost. To do that is going to cost some money, and generally customers will not want to invest the levels of investment needed to get the benefit. However, with these solutions, which are some lower cost options, that gives them a really great entry point to make sure they've got the right control on the right products at the right price.
And obviously a lot of people will be worried about taking that step into inventory management systems. So what KPIs do you guys do at Hoffmann to measure inventory performance and efficiency, to then be able to show a customer that, look, this is one we've done at a customer down the road and this is what they got out of it, who do the same sort of work as you guys do, so you could expect not the same results but similar?
Yeah, this is part of our DNA. It's a natural thing for us to do. Two main elements really. So the first element is the tertial business review. So 3 times a year, we will sit down on a formal basis with the customer and we'll look at a lot of data. And we'll also present to them the cost-saving opportunities that we've worked with them on. So we collate all cost-saving opportunities, whether it's a piece part price saving or whether it's a benefit that they've taken through having an inventory management solution, and we detail that on what we call an operational savings report. We report those savings back to our customers on our regular reviews. And then also at the same time, we look at the machine utilization. We look at the high runners, the low runners, who is using what in great detail around the actual users. So that's how we join it all up. On one hand, we're showing the benefit we bring to you. On the other hand, we're saying this is what's going on with your stock in your inventory, and this is what we need to look at.
But also that must help solve another problem for customers as well, because if you're looking at your report, let's say 1 month, and you're using 5 mLs, and then all of a sudden month 2 comes along and you've used 10 mLs, but you're still doing the same thing, you must also be able to show customers when they have problems coming up and whether staff need more training, or a process in a machine is wrong, if we're talking about cutting tools, because of your reports back to them.
Definitely, and that's something we would definitely experience, that they made a change of material at the customer and the product that they're manufacturing, and these will definitely highlight that issue. And we have reference points to where that has happened. So, we have case studies of where we've installed systems, and we can offer references to those customers.
And do you think I think we have a problem in the UK is we are quite short-sighted, and you might tell me I'm right or wrong, but
I'd agree with you.
A lot of
yeah.
Do you get a lot of customers who think, oh, I don't want that because I've got to spend this now, but yet if they looked at it in 6 months' time, they would have actually saved money by being more efficient compared to just, it's a big expense now?
Yeah, absolutely. And we try and soften that blow, because we recognise that, here at Hoffmann UK, we're really passionate about British manufacturing. We want British manufacturing to succeed. We want to be part of that. And we've got some real benefits to bring. So how we would maybe look at supporting our customers in that, we've got all these formal processes that we have, but also we run a number of initiatives around our inventory management solutions. Very rarely nowadays would a customer buy vending or inventory management. They would generally, in return of passing us their consumable business, we would make an investment in a solution for them. So how that would work is we would go in, audit their current processes and what they're trying to achieve, understand what they want to achieve. Then we would put in place what we call a sliding scale agreement, and we would say, if you spend X amount with us, we will put this level of investment in a solution for you. So there's no investment for the customer, there's a contractual obligation, but there's a 90-day notice period. So there's really little risk for a customer.
So instead of it just being all about the cost, it's actually about trying to get UK manufacturing back to where it was years ago and helping your customers reach their potential, instead of just saying, look, we just want your money and this is what we think will happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And part of that is really our consultancy about how you're going to be more efficient with an inventory management solution. Spoke earlier about calibration. We've got the same thing for regrinds. That our solutions will really support a cutting tool business where you've got a lot of regrinds. It'll manage your regrinds for you. We can see huge cost reductions in that. And we can manage that whole process for the customer. And we can document what those savings look like. Lots of opportunities wherever you look. And
that's just what it's bringing them to a customer and saying, hey, look, we want to help you be better. We don't just want you to buy stuff from us. We want to help you grow your business with systems we've got, using our expertise, because let's be honest, everybody at Hoffmann is an expert in their area. And I think that's another thing is, if I want to know about inventory management systems, who better to talk to than an expert in inventory management systems? And I think that's something else you guys at Hoffmann bring to the table.
Yeah, without doubt. A little bit biased, but I would say we have a knowledge base that's and a solution that is unparalleled in the market. We've got global support, but we've also got the local interface as well, and we've got the specialist technical knowledge here in the UK to support our customers. It's really about the consultation piece. If you can get that piece right, then the rest flows really nicely. And we're here, like I say, to support UK manufacturing.
And we spoke a lot about different inventory management systems you guys offer. So last question, just before we wrap up, what sort of training do you guys provide to customers? Because obviously, if a customer goes from no system to then the IBIN system or the Scanban, obviously the system itself is really simple to use, but you've got to learn the back end to then see the benefits of what you're getting. So what sort of programs and that do you guys offering training for customers, but also for yourselves to make sure you're on top of all the new advancements that are coming to the industry?
In terms of our own team, we have training matrix and we have specialist knowledge within the business and the wider business. We're an international business. We will have regular calls with our specialist team across Europe. It's headed up from our head office in Munich. We have our local specialists, and there's a complete training program. So we, as a business, have a lot of online resource, but also regular updates and group meetings and an annual meeting for the team. Ongoing training for customers. An installation, we spend a lot of time. It's a really key ingredient for us. I think you just said, you put a system in a customer, most of them intuitive, really simple to use. But we support locally with the customer at user point, so the users get a good experience. They understand how things work, because anything new for people, any change can sometimes be difficult to manage. So we're there at the customer side, working with them. But then at a super user level, we work a lot remotely with the super users on site to make sure that they're getting the data that they need.
So it's not a customer and buyer situation, it's a partnership. You're entering into a partnership with your customer, as they can ring you when needed. If any faults occur, you're there, and it just keeps everything running super smooth. Yeah,
absolutely. We've got a ticketing system for any faults, any fault reporting, which is it comes into central database here in Birmingham, and then the work is divided based on skill sets, availability, etc. So,
well, Pete, I would like to just say a big thank you from me and all at MTD for your time and your knowledge today. And for anyone looking at home, if you want more information on any of the inventory management systems you've heard about today, you can give Hoffmann a call. Don't forget, these podcasts are also being filmed. So if you would like to watch or listen, you can do both. And I would like to thank Langley Alloys, who are the sponsor of this episode.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the MTDCNC podcast, sponsored by Langley Alloys, specialists in a wide range of exotic materials for any application for all your engineering needs.